All right, we've reached our last segment. We have segment 11, communication. So I wanted to go over how I've touched on, haven't really had a whole lot of communication, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through communication so that you can see what that tab looks like too. It's another good feature of the Unified Classroom. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to kind of explore that just a little bit before we end our session today. So I'm going to go ahead and click on communication in the left-hand tab. And so you have two different things. You've got activity feed and you've got messages. Messages are going to take you to the individual student. So you can message the student directly, or you can message the guardians. I can't remember. I'm sure there are somebody or another who has messaged me in the past. But if I go on here, message guardians, any chat that you've had, email back and forth with the parents or the guardians would appear here. If you're messaging the student, it would be the same, except that the person that you have a record of contacting is the student. So direct messages are great. I use those when parents message me or if I'm having a concern. But usually I'm not too heavy on this. Unless there's a reason for me to go and seek somebody out. What I usually use is I use the activity feed. So this is more like, I don't want to say in a blog, but it would be more like posting on Class Dojo, to where you have a story and you can post an announcement. So I don't do it very often, but when I have a school-wide, hey, everybody needs to know this kind of a thing, I do post to these. So you can see, if we look at one of my base posts, this is one of my first ones. This was posted on September 23rd of this year at this time, and it's posted to all 23 of my classes. So I can hover over that and see everybody who was involved. So just as a personal note, I enjoy using GIFs. If you're not sure what a GIF is, I could not tell you what it stands for. I'm sure it's some technology related term or another. Usually it ends in, as you save the file, .gif. GIF or GIF. I'm sure there's a regular way to pronounce it. I prefer GIF, so I know what I'm talking about. I use those and connect with those when I have a message that I either need people to read or I need to break it up so that people are interested in continuing to read. So if I have an update on a read box, which is a digital copy that students can scan of books on tape that we create or that we find on YouTube, we'll post in the hall a big red, what would be a red box, a read box, and they scan a QR code with their iPads and they can take away a video or a link to some kind of story or another that they can either read for extra time or whatever. But when I post a new one up, I usually send a faculty email out and I'll include some funny GIFs to keep the mood lighthearted and just to make the email as entertaining as I can, so that everybody is kind of paying attention, or at least aware that it got sent out and it's something a little bit different. If you're not sure how to post a GIF, what you're going to do, I hadn't planned on talking about this, but why not? It's part of communication. I'm going to, let's see, teaching GIF, and we're going to put funny because why not? Obviously, you're going to have to scan through to see if they're appropriate or not. So if you click on this, it will actually open up a moving image. And if you'd wish to use this, if you just copy and paste, it will only copy a still image. If you want to use it as a moving picture, what you're going to do is you're going to save it to your computer. Oops, not what I wanted. So I'm going to hit Control, hold Control, and I'm going to save image as, not save link, but save the image. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. And as long as it's saved in that kind of format, you can use it and attach it just like pretty much any other picture. The only difference is the coding makes it move. It's just a bunch of different pictures all put together. So I have here two different communications. We had a turkey decorating contest so they could get out of town. We do that every year. So this was to announce the turkey contest winners. So far, I've taken that link down once I needed the extra space. So eventually there will be a new link up to show next year's winners. So if I want to make a post, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click. And I'm going to say, Can't wait to see you all next year. We're going to miss you, but can't wait. I obviously didn't think about this ahead. Can't wait to see you all next year. We're going to miss you, but can't wait to get started again. Great summer. And then we're going to attach the GIF just because we can. Why not? Actually, why not? If I'm going to do this, let's do it. Usually, cats and dogs are pretty popular and pretty PG. Who's it going to be? Let's do this one. All right, so we're going to, I'm not trying to make this spread out. I'm just trying to, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back into Unified Classroom. I'm going to attach an image. So insert an image. Let's see, can I get one from my computer? Yes, I can. All right, I'm going to attach a file from my computer. Go to my desktop. I think I called it summer, so there it is. We're going to open that. So it will attach as an attachment down here. If you want to do it up here, you absolutely can. It's probably going to come in as a little bit of a different link, but that's okay. You could insert. Let's see. Just trying to think on my feet here. All right, we don't really need to mess around with that much. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this. But I need it to post to all of my classes. I want to have multiple people see this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the gear, and I'm going to hit all classes. If I just wanted it to one or two, like if sixth grade, hey guys, don't forget to bring in shirts for tie-dye, or something like that. Or hey guys, don't forget, we've got that quiz on Monday. Be prepared, make sure you study over the weekend, whatever it is. You can announce to a certain group, or you can announce to everybody. So I'm going to hit go ahead, and you can see everybody populates. I'm going to send the message now, because why not? And we're going to post it. And it's going to think about it for a minute. It's going to send out, I don't know, an alert or a message or a notification. I'm not sure how that works on the other end, but I know they get it. So they're going to come in, and then you're going to see in my activity feed that it has posted my GIF, it has posted my message, and it's posted to all three classes today at 3:30. So hopefully they'll all see that. If I need to come back in, I believe this dictates it. I believe it reads it to them. I'm not sure. Okay, apparently we don't have that. So just so you know, you have a message board, and you also have teacher to parent or teacher to student communication as well. So that should wrap up the segment, and wrap up, I hope, all of you need to dig into Unified Classroom and kind of get started. It's not as intimidating as it looks. All you've got to do is get in and play. And if you don't know an answer, go investigate. I view it in the same way that I view anything else that I would ask my students to do. If you don't know the answer, go find out. If you're not comfortable with it, go play around with it. If you're not somebody who's comfortable with it and you're not sure about what you're doing, the only way to learn is to jump in. And if I expect that of my students, I'm going to expect that of myself too. It's just a standard I hold myself to, and it seems to work pretty well. Even if I don't know the answer, eventually I'll find it, I'll work it out. All right, so hopefully this series was helpful to you guys. Hopefully this whole unit of study, whatever we're going to call this, is helpful to you guys to get started. And I hope that you got a lot out of this. I can only do so much, so hopefully it was enough to at least get you your interest peaked. And I hope you guys have a great summer, and we will see you, most of you, in the fall.